And the first day he was with us, like, well, everything we've heard is true.
But he's got everything. He's got all the intangibles. He's smart. He's got great feet. He can run. He's got unbelievable accuracy and timing on the ball.
The New England Patriots select Drake Maye, quarterback, North Carolina.
It's sweet right here now. I like it.
And he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots, and Drake Maye. Yeah. Touchdown pass. Yes. On a perfect dime from Drake Maye.
We're about 3 hours from the beach, and we're about really probably 2 hours from some mountains. So, get a little bit of both. I mean, also the area that we live in is really, conducive to a lot of athletics. We're, in a really good sports area. We're outside Charlotte. A lot of competitive teams. So that's been fun for the boys.
I always wanted boys. I played a lot of sports growing up, and then Mark and I fell in love and decided to get married, and I knew he wanted at least one boy. So we used to joke that every family we saw traveling around, all girls, I was like, oh my gosh. As much as I would have loved to have had a girl, I was like, what if we have all girls? We just had a lot of fun with it. They were great with each other and pulling for each other, and that was obviously very important to us to support each other, because I think that teaches you later in life, you need to continue to do that once you're out of the sports arena.
It's a blessing, growing up, I always tried the sports out first. I played basketball first, I played football first, I played soccer for the brief stint that we played soccer. But we're pretty competitive, so I look out for them when it's really like something that's need to be done, but we have a great time.
Mark Maye is literally one of the nicest human beings on the face of the earth. Like, you do not meet better people than Mark Maye. And I think that translates down to his kids. All four of his sons are just great young men. And I think the thing that sticks out is that they're all very competitive with each other. But I think the cool thing is that all four of them are each other's biggest fans.
They used to say you had to fight for a chicken leg at the table with the boys because they were all fighting over dinner, and he was the youngest one.
If it was going to get physical, it wasn't going to be just us beating each other up just for the fun of it, If he wanted to beat me up, it was going to be between the lines somewhere, whether it be football, basketball, any other sport.
It was really awesome being able to have Drake and kind of have that same kind of dynamic they had, where we're going to compete, like in between the lines, like some blood might show up, but when we're playing like outside that, over me and him versus two other people, like it's always going to be us two versus the world, or us four versus the world. So like Drake, who was just a little small, so it was hard for him to compete early on, but now it's more fun because like it's kind of where we're kind of able to do that 2v2, because Drake obviously is now much bigger and been very competitive and probably a good athlete, very good athlete. I don't know if I want to say the best athlete, but.
Is it obvious now as you look back on it, you've got three guys who are playing athletics. I don't want to say it's a family business, but this is a way of life for you guys, right?
Yes.
And he's going to get into that path.
He had no choice.
He was at another school as a freshman, and ironically, we played them in the state quarterfinals when Drake was a freshman. And I had other coaches tell me, hey, whatever you do, don't knock the starter out, because the freshman who's a backup is actually better. I guess later that January, Josh McCown and I had a quarterback training group that he started coming to, and I had told Josh, I said, I've heard a lot about this kid. And the first day he was with us, Josh and I looked at each other like, well, everything we've heard is true. He had a tremendous skill set right there. He's extremely coachable. He listens, he wants to get better, and he's very smart. Drake's junior year, we were very good. We averaged 50 points a game that year, and Drake would come over and look at the stat sheet at halftime. My middle son was our stat guy, and I said something to him one time about, what's Drake doing? He's like, Dad, he's not looking at his stats. He's looking to see how many balls each guy has caught in the first half. And then he would come over to me and suggest plays where the guys who hadn't caught a lot of balls could get some balls. So he was always worried about making sure he kept everybody happy.
Is the May family Chapel Hill royalty?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any question about that. You know, obviously it started with Mark, and, you know, Luke hit one of the most iconic shots in the history of an iconic basketball program, and, you know, and led them to a national championship. Probably not too many colleges that have a family with that kind of lineage than what the Mays have in North Carolina.
We both agreed we're not going to shove North Carolina down their throats. We were all about, we want them to go where they want to go, and if they end up wanting to go to North Carolina, great.
The first thing he said to me was, Coach, he's like, I need you to tell all these guys, make it clear to them that I'm not going to North Carolina. Well, his dad played there, his brother's there now, his other brother was going there, that he was just naturally going to go to North Carolina. So I made it real clear to people for 2 years that he wasn't going to North Carolina. You know, and ultimately, he ended up on Alabama.
And I saw Drake calling, so I thought he was probably calling to commit. So he calls and says, listen, I'm committing to Alabama. And I said, what? You can't do that. He says, yeah, Coach. He said, I love you, but you just got here and it's bad. And I said, I got you, that's fair. I knew his mom and dad wanted him here. I knew he should be here. I knew his brother wanted him here.
I kind of wanted to have, you know, my younger brother around in school and kind of have that experience where we're together, going to school like at the same place.
The funny day was when he came into my office and he said, Coach, I'm thinking I'm going to flip and go to North Carolina now. And I just kind of smiled. I'm like, I've never told my players where to go. That's their lives. You know, you do what you want. I said, that's what you know, it's great. I said, I won't have to go as far to see you play. I said, but I'm not telling Coach Saban. I'm like, you're going to have to make that call yourself.
But he's got everything. He's got all the intangibles. He's smart. He's got great feet. He can run. He's got unbelievable accuracy and timing on the ball. He's tough. He competes.
I love everything about Drake Maye.
Going to throw it here again on 2nd and 10. Terrific athlete, taking off. What a move at the 45 and then slides.
I think the Patriot fans are going to be really happy. He's a special guy, which they're used to.
With the third pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Drake Maye, quarterback, North Carolina.
Here he is, the New England Patriot quarterback, 3rd overall, Drake Maye.
They got a big, rugged, physical, athletic quarterback in New England now.
It was everything you could have imagined, being all together as a family, having such an important night for Drake, us all being there to support him with his girlfriend and Michael, and it was like storybook type stuff, you know.
I was very impressed with Coach Mayo. I liked him immediately. And then he came down to watch Drake. When Coach and I were talking, it was just about what we just talked about, how competitive he is, how smart he is, how much he loves to play. He competes at everything he does, and he is young. I think he's way ahead of the curve for the amount of time that he's played, and I think the Patriots hit the jackpot.
Ready to do this? Yeah, I'm pumped, baby. Come on.
Let's go. What do y'all think? Y'all like it?
Have you seen the garden?
First time in Gillette Stadium. Can't beat this. Can't wait to play in here and get going and get started. This is my squad, and if you're getting me, you're getting them. So that's about all I got.
We're so excited to be here. For them to pick him, I mean, what a storied franchise. Honestly, Tom Brady, I'm a huge fan of Tom Brady. They've all been so nice to us. Hey, let's just hope he completes some passes, right? But
being with a brand new team and making new friends, colleagues, whatever you want to call it, teammates, and I think it's going to be a really cool journey, and I don't think that he'd want to be anywhere else, and I think that we're all really excited to be a part of it and see how he does.
Drake's going to compete. Drake's going to be as hard on himself as people are on him, and I think he's ready for it, and as long as he continues to work and stay grounded, which I know he will, I think he's going to do a lot of great things up here.
Confident, cool, and competitive are three things that you Patriot fans have in this young quarterback. That's hard to get. And then he has all the ability in the world.
Everything takes practice, experience and wisdom.
Here's the excitement. These fans are ready for Drake Maye, and it's time.
You could be gone tomorrow, but here today.